Hey guys, welcome back to another Ark update video. This is becoming like a weekly thing where we're talking about various creatures that are going to be released into the game eventually. This is the ARTHROPLUERA, which is, I believe, how you say that, ARTHROPLUERA. I've heard it multiple ways, and so take it what you will. I'm just going to call it the Arthro, okay? The Arthro is like a giant millipede, I guess, and it looks like you might be able to ride this thing. I'm not entirely sure. It looks crazy. The fact that this creature even exists is enough to give me nightmares. Like the island's other arthropods, Arthro has become much larger than I might have believed possible. It's a very aggressive hunter, but prefers to eat meat after it has rotted for some time, and will voraciously seek out such delicacies. So I wonder if this is going to be another thing that you can tame via spoiled meat or something like that. Its blood has a very low pH to the point that it can dissolve many materials. This acidic blood splashes back on anything that directly attacks us, weakening durability of melee weapons and hurting attackers. That is not good to hear. Many creatures thusly refuse to prey on Arthro, fearing this unique defense. If that wasn't enough, Arthro also keeps a small reservoir of blood ready to spit at its prey. Oh my gosh. Domesticated. Like most of the arthropods on the island, Arthro is simply minded and relatively easy to tame. It is an almost entirely military mount, useful mostly for attacking at a distance. Thanks to its unique defenses, whether hunting or warring, Arthro is generally safe from all but the largest of creatures. So this is going to be something that you can use to like spit on things. It's amazing. That is pretty freaking awesome. So we can tame it. It's a military mount, and we're going to be able to spit on people. This thing just looks like disgusting. It's just a giant nasty millipede, man. And I've seen images of like rendering of these things versus like some other large like crocodile type of things, and this thing is massive in comparison. And so I don't know exactly how big it's supposed to be in game, but I really hope that the scale is what it should be in terms of like historically, I guess, what it was. Therizinosaur. Oh, you guys, okay, so if you've never looked anything up about this thing is incredible, okay? 10-foot long arms, I guess probably the longest arms of any living creature ever found, I think is what they say. And the talons on this thing, the claws, are like 28 inches long. And when they first found this thing, they thought it belonged to like the rib of a giant turtle. But they found out later, no, it was a claw for this massive armed beast. Now the thing is that the Tyrannosaurus claw is like super small in comparison to this thing, and it's just like the most ferocious thing that I think anybody would have ever seen in their entire life. Because I mean, just it doesn't do any justice just looking at it like this. But like, could you just imagine? I mean, the claw of this thing is so freaking large. I just go look up a documentary on this thing, and you'll see just how crazy this thing actually freaking was. So let's do a little bit of reading to kind of figure out what this thing's going to be like in game. I'm not entirely sure how Therizinosaurus stays populated on the island. It is surprisingly so for its size, and it is a solitary creature, so no pack to back it up. I suppose the fact that its sheer power rivals Tyrannosaurus is the only thing that allows this very aggressive medium-sized herbivore to thrive on the island. The claws of the Therizinosaurs are some of the most versatile biological tools I've encountered, as adept at removing trees and foliage from Therizinosaurus' path as they are at piercing the thick shells and hide of the island's most defensive creatures if backed into a fight. Domesticated. A tame Therizinosaurus is one of the most versatile mounts a survivor can have. It can be trained to use its claws brutally, or, and this is probably one of the best freaking things I've heard so far in this game, delicately, allowing the rider to primarily harvest the specific kinds of resources that he or she needs. You need just prime meat? I'm sure the claws can give you just prime meat. You need just hide? There you go. So that is really cool in and of itself, adding another element into the gameplay that I'm very excited about. And in combat, these same claws can pierce straight through the toughest armor. This flexibility more than makes up for its inability to carry the large loads of the island's many herbivore pack beasts. So, let's see, we've got wood picture there, we've got tameable, we've got some weight. So it looks like there's like a bunch of different things you're going to be able to do with this thing. It's going to be very versatile and extremely deadly because, I mean, it is going to, it's just insane. I really hope that this is depicted perfectly in game because, I mean, look at the image on the left there. It looks like a freaking ninja bird, you know, with those giant claws. It's like, I think it was originally named after, I might be wrong about this, like Scythe Lizard, I think is what the name of it was. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. I could be wrong. But, I mean, it's got big, giant scythe-like freaking claws that just tear things apart. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing. Kaprosuchus, or the boar crocodile. It's going to be one of the most terrifying things that you're going to probably not want to encounter on the island because this thing, okay, so it was not in the wild. They're saying that it's going to be primarily found lurking among the island swamps. It's a water-based carnivore, but this thing was, I mean, it's called a boar crocodile for a reason. It looks like a crocodile at first glance, but it's got long legs in it, and it could lurk around like the plains and stuff. It was out. I would be surprised. I really hope that they just don't limit it to the swamps. I hope you can find these things in various different places. And with the biome changes too, we have no idea really what's going to happen and where things are going to actually wind up being. But I really hope that it's just like, you know, able to be found all over the place. It can leap. It's called a boar crocodile for a reason. It's got like long tusks, it's got long legs, it's got like crocodile, it's naturally fast runner that is even faster in the water. It is solitary hunter that picks off small to medium creatures, especially those isolated from their pack. It's a smaller relative size to the sarco. When attacking, the Capro uses two main tactics. First, it patiently waits below the water surface, and when the target is sufficiently close by, will perform a lateral jump that it uses to quickly close distance with its prey and drag it underwater. So there's your leaping tactic. That's freaking terrifying. Oh my gosh. Secondly, it attacks targets the prey's vital areas specifically to drain its stamina. These two techniques effectively prevent most creatures from escaping Capro once an assault has begun. So survivors are generally split about the usefulness of Capro. Some love its speed both in and out of the water, essentially making it among the fastest small-sized all-terrain mounts when traveling through the wetlands. Others do not like how relatively frail Capro is and do not think its high speed and damaging attacks make up for this shortcoming. Now, I mean, a lot of people don't have sarcos because they're huge. This thing's 20 feet as well, I believe. It's 20 feet long. Yeah, 20 feet, about 1,000 to 2,000 pounds. I'm looking at something on the side here. And so, I mean, already you have the sarco problem with it. Just takes up too much space. It's hard to maneuver things around it. And so I don't know how many people have one of these, but if they have like a base near the water, they might have a bunch of these like helping guard the base or something, you know, who knows. But either way, is going to be terrifying, and you're going to have to watch your back when you're around these areas because it's just going to be absolutely horrific to encounter one of these things in the wild, I think. The Eurypterid. This is going to be something pretty interesting, I think, in game because it's going to vary a little bit from what we're probably used to because it's found only in the deepest depths of the waters around the island. These are dangerous and adaptable arthropods, as likely to hunt as they are to scavenge. A Eurypterid rarely has difficulty finding food to keep itself nourished even at the bottom of the ocean. A Eurypterid's threat does come not directly from its raw strength. Instead, it combines a hard defensive exoskeleton with debilitating poison to powerful effect. So the sting of the Eurypterid increases torpor while reducing stamina, quickly rendering its opponent unable to defend itself. So not only do you have those things, but you also have it's in the water, and so you're going to die easily, probably, if you're just out there. I don't know what you would be doing, maybe getting some oils or pearls or something like that, but it would be terrifying to encounter one of these things. Domesticated. While Eurypterids are not intelligent enough to be tamed, this doesn't mean that they are without utility for tribes. They are a wonderful source of chitin, and their digestive tract often contains silica pearls. They sometimes even have an indigested, incredibly rare black pearls used for manufacturing mysterious technologies, making them among the most valuable creatures on the island. And so we're talking about this new sci-fi tech tier or whatever that's going to be eventually coming. And I'm wondering if these black pearls are going to play a huge role in that other tier, because this is the mysterious technology. We don't know anything about it, but it's going to add something new to the game that should be pretty exciting. And honestly, I have no idea what it's going to be, but when it comes out, I'm sure this thing is going to play a huge role in whatever that is, and it's going to be hunted a lot. You're going to hunt these things a lot probably for those things, especially at very, very late tier gameplay, I would imagine. And so very interesting. Now, I know a couple of these things have been released in prior weeks and things like that. I wanted to go back and cover some of the things I missed. Hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun, like kind of looking up additional information about these things. I really encourage you guys to do that. I've been kind of looking up more stuff as I go about, and it's just like making it more enjoyable to do these videos about these updates, because, you know, you'll learn more about these various creatures and dinos, and it just adds to what you expect to see in game. And then when it's in game, like even like, oh my gosh, look at that thing, look at those freaking claws, you know, it's gonna be amazing. And so guys, I really hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. I'm feeling pretty bad still, but I wanted to make a video about this because I wanted to express to you my excitement about some of these things, and I'm really looking forward to more Ark stuff in the future and continuously covering Ark, because I really enjoy the game and I have a lot of fun playing it. And so hopefully you guys have a lot of fun watching these videos. And a lot of people seem to watch my update videos, but not like my regular gameplay series. And I really encourage you guys to check those out, because it is a pretty good story, I think, that I'm trying to do with those videos. And I hopefully you guys will enjoy those as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.